our Apple and Spotify, the audio is just that much better.
Huh.
All right, so we are live on Facebook.
Oh, you haven't even checked my audio levels. Are my audio levels good? Can you
I
hear
mean,
me all right?
yeah, you sound good on my end. I know. We're live on all social media platforms. Hey, you didn't check my audio
By
levels.
the way,
Levels good.
should we make sure my shit is working too?
Let's make sure your shit's working. I mean, your nose looks like a good old blossom nose, so your camera quality is perfect.
If it's a big schnoz, then it's good enough. Yeah.
That's it. Kenny Bloom, what's going on? I see you over there on Facebook. How are you, Kenny? We're about ready to get started here. Just kind of letting people move up a little bit. We are now live on Twitch. I see the Twitch going on. I'm going to turn the iPad into a sleep mode here. So this way here, we don't have the audio qualities of the iPad kicking over. Let me make sure the sleep mode is off on my phone, though, so I hear the wife when she texts me. Matter of fact, I'm going to open up her box here so we can see her when she texts us during the show. All right, so we got people starting to come in on Wisdom. I guess I can start hitting the intro, brother. We'll get going. Are you ready? Or as ready as you ever going to be?
Yeah. That's
all right. Let's go for it.
A lot of podcasts these days. Tippy toe around everybody's little feelings. The little snowflakes are fragile. But you won't get any of that crap here. Welcome to the Mark G Show. From political issues to cultural issues to current events and everything in between, we're talking about it. And we talk about it how we want, melting the little snowflakes. This is the Mark G Show, and this is Mark G.
What's going on, everybody out there in the Mark G Show Nation? A couple of things. Number one, I apologize for not being on last week, and I apologize for starting late today. Last week was, well, because, wonders of being a business owner trying to run a podcast is employees call out, and if they call out, you got to go in and work. That's life, right? And as far as today goes, you see, I got this beautiful green screen. I posted it on my social media. I was like, yeah, we got this green screen ready to rock and roll for the new videos for y'all to see. Well, fuck the green screen right now, or at least fuck Google Chrome, because Google Chrome was not working with our StreamYard. So it wasn't detecting my camera. So unfortunately, I'm just using this NVIDIA backdrop. I mean, it still looks good. The video quality's crisp, but the green screen was much better. I'll work on that throughout the week, and we'll get that fixed hopefully by next week for you guys. But of course, as always, I got my brother in here as my co-host, Gary. Gary, what's happening, man? How are you?
Doing good. Glad to be here. Ready to do this.
Well, I'm glad you're here too. Hell, I'm glad I'm not in a cardboard box today yet. So that's a plus.
Bonus, daily bonus right there.
Or should I say a wooden box, but they'll probably burn me in a cardboard, but it is what it is. Whatever we can afford, they'll burn me.
Say budget, I think you can kind of set that up however you wish, man.
Right. As always, folks, we are live right now, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and as well as this new app called Wisdom, which is a pretty cool app. For those who are on Wisdom, while we're talking and having a conversation here, I'm always looking over my iPad to see if you guys want to come on. And if you guys decide you want to join the show, please just click the request form. We'll bring you in. You can join in the conversation. Listen, folks, some of the things you may not agree with us on, and that's fine, because that's life, right? We're all humans. We all have our own thoughts and our own opinions, and that's the way it is. I don't hate anybody for their different opinions. Matter of fact, I open up to these different opinions because it opens up a world of conversation. And as that being said, let me put this out here for the YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook world. Everything you I can't with you right now. Everything you guys hear on the show tonight is the opinions and views of myself, my brother, or any guest that we bring on, and it is for entertainment purposes only.
Facts.
Please do with the information as you choose, but as always, like I said, it's entertainment purposes only. And that seems to be working lately when we haven't been taken down.
I love it.
I'm going to knock on wood because we have not been taken down yet for some of the stuff we talked about. So,
right.
With that being said, I hate saying that too many times, brother. A lot happened since 2 weeks last we recorded. For instance, I want to talk about hiring young adults, such as teenagers or even maybe some in the 20s, working these big amusement park rides and putting your children's lives or even your life in their hands as you get on these rides. And the reason why I'm saying that is I unfortunately did stumble upon the unedited version of the 14-year-old who went on the ride. It's kind of like the Dragon Sin here, man. I can't remember the name of
You
the.
didn't stumble across that shit, dude. You look for those things.
Listen, man, we do podcasts. I got to produce the nose. I stumbled upon it. All right. But anyways, regardless, it's sad. It's extremely sad and it's depressing. I mean, I feel bad for the family. My heart goes out to them. But the fact is there were safety issues that was neglected to be seen by the employees there. And this kid, number one, he's 14 years old. He's a star football player. He was the cuddling teddy bears, the family quoted him. And, he went on this ride that he was obviously too large to go on to. As far as his weight goes, they never check weight on that ride. There was no scale there to check the people's weight to say, hey, wait, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, you're too heavy to go on this ride. So he got on it, unable to buckle up his buckle. The ride went up, and it's the tallest ride in this nature. I'm not sure if you've ever seen these rides, but it looks like a big elevator, right? So your feet dangle in this ride, and it shoots you up. And then what it does, once you reach the top, they kind of let you hang out there a little bit. You can scope out what's going around, and then it drops you. It free falls you down. When you get down to about a quarter of a way, it kind of breaks down the system.
Yep.
And then it kind of bounces you down until you get to the ground. Well, what happened, unfortunately, with this is when it came down where the kid was not actually seatbelted, he slungshot right out of the seat. So the strap was down, the shoulder straps were down. Those worked properly. But when it came slamming down on the brakes right at that point, the kid went right straight under and unfortunately landed on the ground face first. It was extremely hard to watch. It fucked me up for the rest of the night when I was working for a portion of the day the next day. But it made me think about this. And my local amusement park here in the state of Maine, a lot of these rides, they do check our weights. When we stand on, we have to stand on a scale. And they'll sit there.
Really?
They do. Yeah. And they'll sit there and tell you, hey, listen, I'm sorry, you can't go on this ride because you weigh too much or your group weighs too much. Because some of the water park rides have certain weight limits. And they'll have, like, if you want to go with 3 or 4 people, all 3 of you have to step on the scale at the same time. Be like, listen, you guys, somebody has to go with another person because y'all weigh too much together. And that's amazing, right? That's safety. And you think about this. This family went there on a retreat and they were expecting their son's safety to be, controlled by these employees, and they weren't. And when you watch the video, the employees were too focused, number one, flirting with a female passenger that was on the other side. There was multiple times someone asked, did you check his seatbelt? Did you check his seatbelt? And there was no response. But the ride proceeded to go anyways.
Yeah, so that's negligence on someone's part.
Major negligence.
If there's if I haven't seen any of this, so if that footage exists of somebody multiple requests to check the safety harness and they didn't do it, then that's clear neglect.
It's definitely neglect, and I hope to God that the amusement park, gets sued to the living shit out of them, and that employee faces some type of criminal procedure, because at the same time, I do believe the employee is at fault at this as well. And the law does have to take effect in that. This family is grieving. They need to see some type of justice for their child. They really do. I mean, I feel absolutely bad and saddened for the family.
So that kid was 14 years old?
14 years old.
But he was like a star athlete or whatever?
He was a star football player. And he was also known as the cuddly teddy bears from when I was reading in the articles. Like, he was a lovable 14-year-old. Everybody went to him, and he was always, giving hugs and stuff like that. Everybody loved him. So, it was
always like the nice ones,
It is. They never take the mean ones.
Yeah.
Never take the dicks of the world. We always take
they do, but then they memorialize them.
That is very true. They do memorialize the dicks of the world. That is true. I will agree with you on that one. But man, it's just sad, and there wasn't, once again, it's another one of those days that their news world ain't out there. But so this kid was a star athlete. I'm not sure as far as how his body built was, but it does go on the fact that when you go to these amusement parks, you do see, unfortunately, you were researching obesity in the United States when you and I were on the phone not long ago. Yeah. And you calculate somewhat so like 25% of the obesity in the United States is medical related.
Oh man, I wish I took notes.
Shit.
Okay, so what it is, it's like 44 or 46, something like that percent of America is obese. And then I think it was something like I want to say 25% of that 40 something percent was like of medical reasons that may or may not be controllable, right? I think one was like thyroid, and I think that's 100% uncontrollable. Like you get it if you get it if you get it, right? Like,
Right.
and then there's some other shit like diabetes, but like that's a lifestyle thing. Like, I think if you eat right and exercise, I think you can keep that one in check, according to what we saw. Um,
There's some about medications as well as you reading antidepressant medication.
yeah, depression was one, but like that one's weird to me because even that one is like exercise is proven to meet uh reduce the symptoms of depression, like, pretty much.
Well, no, I will first want to be admitting that depression, it can make you go down and just want a fucking pigsty, man. I do it. Like when I get depressed, I should be hitting my exercise bike downstairs, but instead I go for the next fucking donut that I can find in my house or something like
Do
sweet.
both.
Just
Do both.
eat. I eat, man. You do both. And then
Yeah, I eat, but I also I try to do fitness. I think that I know it works. I know it works. So
oh Jesus Christ. I'm gonna pull this up real quick. Of course, John Tibbet's got to do his little
right.
treatment here. Do you
Right.
think Mark G has gravy in his veins? He is unhealthy as hell. I guess he's asking you that question, brother.
Well, if he is asking me, I'd say you probably don't. I think you're a lot healthier now than you were. I still wouldn't agree with all the sausages and all that. You do eat some shit that I think is garbage, but I still think you're doing better than you used to.
There you go, John Tibbetts. Back down. Maybe you should take a few lessons from me, Mr. Tibbs. But I mean, seriously though, I mean, if we're looking at one of the things my wife and I were talking about too, another thing that causes people to gain weight is actually birth control.
Yeah, totally. Because it fucks with your hormones.
It does. I like the Depo-Provera shot my wife was talking about when, she got the Depo-Provera shot, it made her blow up quite a bit until she got off and she started losing the weight. The Depo-Provera is a shot. No, it's a birth control. This is way back in the day. I think this is
or promote pregnancy.
prevent pregnancy.
Mhm.
I think she took that after our second child, or it might have been our first. I don't know if it was first or second, but it was one of those two. She took that and ended up increasing her weight. She's like, nope, I'm off this shit. So there's different factors that cause people to gain weight, but at the same time, I believe yes, our in our world that we're living in, people are too scared now to say anything to people. And I think that equates to another issue that we saw on that ride, right? So like with everything that's happened between the whole BLM movement to this shit that we see going on, everybody's too scared to tell someone, hey, listen, I'm sorry to tell you, you are too heavy, too big to be on this ride. They're scared to tell somebody that, right? Because they're afraid they're going to get canceled out.
Fat shaming.
Yeah, fat shaming. They're going to get called out, and boom, now they're in the media for this. Now look at them. Now they're in the media because they killed a kid. And it's just crazy. And what's this? Dr. Greenland prescribes vapes and nicotine. Should the fan base listen to Dr. Greenland? All right, Tibbetts. Unless you got a real question, man, I'm not pulling your shit up on the screen again. But no, man, it's just scary. It's everybody. We were talking about this at my house when we were eating dinner. Everybody's just scared to confront anybody with any issues that they have now because they're afraid of cancel culture coming after them. And let's talk about cancel culture, shall we? You've seen the recent video. You've heard about it. There's memes everywhere across the freaking nation about Will Smith punching freaking Chris Rock over a joke.
He slapped him like a little pussy.
Yeah, well, slapped him like a little pussy. Exactly. Over a joke.
Horrible slap.
I'm sorry. When I go to a comedy show, I'm chunky. I'll be the first minute. I'm chunky. And if I'm sitting up front, I know damn well that comedian's going to make fun of me because of my weight. Or if my better half's with me, he's going to make a joke about her as well. It's what to expect in comedy, right? unfortunately, we've come to such a friggin' problem now where everybody is pussyfied. They can't handle it anymore. I understand, yes, Jada does have a condition which causes her hair to fall out. That's why she just shaved it off. But at the same time, it was a joke. There was even a harder joke a while back. I wish I saved the audio clip. Snoop Dogg came after Jada one time, made a huge joke that was even worse than Chris Rock. And Will didn't get up and slap Snoop Dogg.
Well, because Snoop would whoop the shit out of him. Whatever happened at the, what was it? The Grammys?
The Grammy. So Will Smith fell off. I guess he said he was resigning from that. They accept his resignation. So he won't be in the Grammys no more.
Oh.
But still, man, like it's blowing up everywhere. And while everybody's focused on this whole thing with Will Smith and Jada and Chris Rock, everyone tend to forget about the laptop of Hunter Biden and how mainstream media started pulling it up and talking about it again.
Wasn't Ghislaine Maxwell supposed to name a bunch of people?
Yeah, she was supposed to release names of people too, and yet
What happened with that?
I don't know. Like I haven't heard anything about that lately.
Wasn't there a border crisis? What happened with that? Are all those kids safe now? Have they all been reunited with their moms?
Right? No, I mean it's exactly. Hold on, we got a quote here. 1 second. How do we know the attendant didn't cause the accident? He mentioned the seatbelt as a joke. The kid may have reached down and unclipped himself. I'll be honest with you. The attendant's job is to focus on and double checking everybody.
I think once you have it clipped, I don't know if it can unclip until.
I know the ride here in the one in our state, Funtown, you can unclip it yourself.
You can.
You can. But here's the thing: when you watch the clip, Tibbets, I advise anybody if you don't have a stomach, please don't watch or watch the edited version where it doesn't show the free fall. Watch the employee to the right. The only employee that's sitting there checking seatbelts has stopped off to the far right side and is flirting with a female and talking to two other males on the right-hand side when they're being questioned about the seatbelt, and he completely ignores them. I wish there was other angles. I wish there was a few other cell phone video recordings of it around so we could see about the other employees. But yeah, I mean, it's just there was a lot of issues on there. The attendant said the seatbelt wasn't on to scare him. Possibly. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know.
I guess we're gonna have to wait to see a lot more court documents on this. I'm guarantee it's going to be brought into court systems, and it's going to be a lot more information as time goes by.
Well, hey, look, and like ultimately, this is the unfortunate reality of the world we live in. Like, if you're a big person, I feel like you're probably going to miss out on some of the extracurricular activities that are taking place.
Yeah. Like I've got 5 more pounds to lose before Zachary graduates this year. And that's so I can jump out of an airplane. I told you about that deal, right?
Nope.
So the deal is Zachary's got to graduate high school this year. If he graduates high school this year, we're going skydiving. I will jump out of a plane with him.
In 22?
What's that? Yes, this year, right now. So in June, he's got till June. If he graduates, walk down that aisle, gets his diploma, Daddy's going skydiving.
How close is he?
Pretty damn close. It's happening. It's happening. I'll be jumping out of a perfectly good flying airplane.
So what's the weight limit?
I think it was 180 or 185. I got to double check on the website, but I think it was right around 180, 185. So I'm just about.
You're a little too chunky right now.
I'm at 191, so I'm right there. I mean, if I really wanted to make weight, I could do the old trick and drink a bottle of magnesium citrate, and I'll drop that in a heartbeat. But I'm trying to not do it that way. Dude, magnesium citrate's like the magic weight loss freaking drink.
Why do you puke or puke everything out?
No. So you kind of like it's all your shit. It's all your bowels, man. Everything within your bowels comes out. So if you ever had a shit, what is that thing called? They stick the camera up your ass. What's
Colonoscopy.
Yes. So if you ever had a colonoscopy, they give you a gallon jug to drink of this stuff. I don't know if it's magnesium citrate. That one you can kind of flavor it. It tastes like shit. It's really thick and gooky. It's nasty, but that'll make you take a shit for almost freaking the whole night. This stuff, magnesium citrate's a little bottle. It's like a 20 ounce bottle, and you guzzle the whole thing. They tell you not to drink the whole thing, but if you really want to go, just drink the whole freaking bottle. Drink the whole bottle, dude, and by 12 hours, you've lost probably about 15 pounds, and your body just feels amazing. It's horrible. I've done it too many times.
Jesus Christ.
Oh shit. See, that's what happens, folks. For those who listen to our podcast, my apologies. We're two brothers that just fucking go off the realm. We have ADHD, as you can say. Like, we're talking about one thing, we get pulled off. Plus, we're live on every social media platform right now. So when people comment or make a question or whatever, we kind of follow and look over what they're saying and bring them up. As far as folks on Wisdom, I see there's 20 of y'all in there. If you want to jump in and join this conversation, feel free to request. But yeah, man.
Yeah, tell us about your experience with, what is it, citrate? What is it?
Magnesium citrate. Yeah, if anybody else has had an experience with magnesium citrate, fuck, I would love to hear your story, because the first time I was ever introduced to it, it was with a recruiter, and ever since I've been using it. But yeah, magnesium citrate. It's a very interesting, or hell, maybe you got a story of the stuff you drink right before you get a colonoscopy. Let's hear that story. Someone's got to have a funny story out there. Someone has to have something.
Man.
I mean, have you ever used anything like that yourself, brother? Have you ever done like the chocolate X-Lax or anything like that?
Mm-mm.
Really? You've
Yeah.
never had to use any type of thing to just make you go?
I mean, I probably have done some cocaine back in the day that had something in it that made me go to the bathroom quite quick after. But no, nothing medically healthy for me or designed intentionally for me to do that. No.
All right. No, man.
I've never had a colonoscopy. I've never had to have anything surgically done with the booty yet. So
How old are you again?
I'm 39.
Oh, you getting close.
Getting close, I guess.
One more year, brother. One more year.
40? I thought it was 55 or some shit.
I got mine at 40.
Oh, well, I'm not necessarily signing up anytime soon.
Yeah, it's fine. And like, you don't really remember. So here's the thing: they do put sedative in you. As far as I know, I was asleep, and I did wake up around part of it because I could feel the camera within my gut, and they just gave me a little more drug and put me down a little bit more. But I remember waking up at the table, feeling that camera kind of swirling within the intestine. Yeah, it was interesting.
Not interested in the least bit.
No? Oh, come on. When you get it done, we'll lie.
I feel like I'm pretty healthy.
You feel like you're pretty healthy. Now,
like pretty healthy.
And the thing is, like, I guess with that, they look for, like polyps, which are precancer polyps and stuff like that when they're doing that stuff. So they did find a couple polyps with them and removed them out. But yeah. So, it's a couple of things like that I don't know.
If you have digestive problems anyways, I don't.
I do. I've had my gallbladder already taken out. You have not.
You know what though? For real, like earlier in life I did, but since I changed to like heavy meat, a lot of fruit, trying not to eat a bunch of like donuts and shitty food, the less shitty food I eat, the less pain I feel in my gut.
Right. So obviously my wife is now listening to this conversation. I just got a message from her. I was awake the whole time. Men are sissies, she's saying.
Yeah, well,
she was awake the whole time, I guess, when I had her. I guess she was able to watch it all on the TV as they were rubbing the camera all up. No, they put me to sleep, man.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was awake, I don't remember a thing. So they had me.
Women can tolerate a lot more than men.
They can. Like, so when I had my gallbladder, when I had the gallstones, had to take my gallbladder out. When I went to the hospital, dude, I felt like I was dying. Like, it literally felt like my insides being ripped out of my stomach. And the doctor told me at that time, now whether it's true or not, we'll see if anybody chimes in wisdom. My phone goes off social media. But at that time, the doctor told me that is the closest thing that a male can feel compared to birth.
Okay.
As the gallstones. That was pretty brutal. And then the
Pretty brutal.
yeah, it was pretty brutal. And then the thing is, like, after my surgery, I had this bag hanging out of my side for like a couple of days. There was 2 tubes sticking out. Yeah, it was weird. It was to catch like the bile.
Ugh.
And folks, as everybody's listening to this conversation, listen, before we started up this podcast, he asked me what we're going to talk about. I said, to be honest with you, brother, I have no clue. We're just
Wild
gonna
ducks
wing
from
it, right?
from surgery now apparently is
Right, went from friggin' amusement park ride, skydiving to friggin'
Hold on, I want to go back to the skydiving thing though.
all
Is
right.
this local? You're gonna have to do this at home or what? Like,
So it's a place, I guess, in New Hampshire that does it.
okay.
So, and my buddy Mike did it across the street. He went down and he said it was a blast. I mean, you're strapped to the instructor's stomach.
Right.
You do it, so
Oh,
it's
yeah.
full instruction. But I mean, it's gonna be interesting. I mean, I'm not the best fan of heights, but I'm not like afraid of heights. So I can withstand it. Now, whether or not, I don't think the wife will jump with us, so it'll just be Zachary and myself. The wife hates heights. She's only been on an airplane twice in her life, and that was with me when we went to New York. So,
Oh, really?
yeah. And of course, I've been on a plane multiple times in my lifespan, so I love flying.
I'm not a big fan of it myself, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like it. I like being in the places that it brings you to,
Right.
but like taking off and landing freaks me out.
Really?
Yeah, because like if something's gonna go wrong, those are the worst times for it to go wrong. Well, I mean, anytime throughout the trip, if anything goes wrong, it's really shitty.
So let me ask you, if a plane was to crash right now, you're in an airplane, when would you like the plane to crash? Would you like the plane to crash as you're taking off, as you're landing, or while you're in the sky in
No,
red? Oh,
none,
pick
dude.
one of the 3.
I don't know. I don't want to pick
Right.
any of them. It's like a nightmare of mine.
I'll be honest with you, I would much rather crash to my demise. If I'm going to die in an airplane crash, I'd much rather crash as it's landing.
Why?
Because at that point we're already semi close to the ground, so the time of me to think of my own demise is shorter versus free falling how many thousands of feet in the air. So I mean, that you have a long time. Like it may only be like 5-minute free fall, but that 5-minute free fall is gonna feel like freaking
5
hours.
minutes? Not a chance, dude. Minute and a half max.
You think a minute and a half it'd take for an airplane to fall from a couple?
500 miles an hour,
Yeah,
just on a nosedive. There's not a lot getting in the way there, brother.
that is true.
Terrifying. It's fucking terrifying.
I mean, I guess
No.
yippee.
No.
Let's just go yippee Kanye as you're on the way down.
Fuck, it's just I love being places. I love to travel. I want to go overseas. I want to go to a lot of places. It's just getting there is, for me, causes a lot of anxiety.
See, I don't know. I love flying. I love looking out the windows. We're over cities.
It's great because I'm just like, give me all the booze. Give it to me now. Give me the booze. Give me some fucking booze.
Dude,
The last on my last flight to Taiwan, I had like 6 shots, I think, easily within the first hour. Easily.
and did you smoke prior?
And I may have had an edible or something. I don't remember. I don't think I had any weed because weed is like pretty taboo
Right.
over there. But I know I drank like 6 shots pretty quickly, and I passed out for a little bit, and I woke up 2 hours into the flight when they're giving you food. Got a couple more shots with the food, and then was out for like probably another 5 or 6 hours.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so almost half the flight, I was just drunk, passed out.
That's like what, a 12-hour flight, right?
It's like 14 hours to get there, 10 hours to get back.
Ouch.
Yeah.
No layovers.
Mm-mm.
It's a straight air flying.
You're either flying out of Seattle or you're flying out of LA.
You imagine doing that flight right now. See, I feel bad for everyone right now who's got to fly with mask on. Like,
Long flight to wear a mask.
It's extremely long flight to wear a mask. Like you got to keep that
These
mask,
flights are already stuffy.
right? I mean, that's why I'm glad that the CEOs of a lot of these airplanes, stuff like that, are saying, "Hey, we need to remove masks." So we really do need to get the mask taken off of them. There's no reason for it now.
Definitely not.
Like
Definitely not. And China's zero COVID policy is a joke.
it is. I mean, wife and I were just sitting here talking about it today, actually, at the dinner table. Just kind of like, what's funny is it seems like these new variants that are coming out are attacking the ones who just didn't get hit the last time. So, like the people that didn't get hit with the original started getting hit by Delta. For those who missed Delta, got hit with freaking Omicron. For those who got missed by Omicron, are now going to just get hit with this new variant. It's just eventually we're going to get it. It really is. We're all going to get it.
It's gonna get everybody.
I mean, hell, the cold that just went through our house, I feel like I got hit worse with that cold than I did with Omicron when I had Omicron or whatever I had. I know I had one of the freaking damn freaking shits, but yeah.
The cold was worse than whatever COVID you got.
The cold was worse than whatever COVID I got. Ain't that fucked?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like that's kind of the problem of wearing the masks. It didn't let you or like a lot of other people get exposed to these bugs that normally wouldn't be so bad, right?
Right.
Like that's kind of like if you think about it, like going to a new planet or some shit, that's probably going to be like the biggest threat to people. Like if we ever get to Mars, what is a cold on Mars going to do to you?
Oh shit. Right.
Like we have zero immunity to like any of the bacteria or viruses that are on Mars. Zero.
Very true.
Right? Like,
yeah, because your body's gonna be open up to that. You have no protection.
and they're saying like, is it really dead? Is the surface dead? Is there really nothing there? Is it really that? Is it? Is it?
Is it?
Is it?
You say, is it?
What if you take that? What if you take some soil? You put a little bit of water in there. Then what happens?
Right.
Give it a little bit of oxygen. What happens if you take some of that soil? You put a little bit of water. What happens?
Right. And what's lived on it before? Like we don't know what may have had life on it before in the past. Like that's a whole nother story. Like that's when I really wish we could do another whole conspiracy theory episode where we can get kind of deep into some shit here.
For what? Just like what conspiracy on Mars? There's no. I mean, we come from Mars? Are we gonna go that?
Like, no, I guess not really conspiracy theory, but there's people out there that don't believe that flat earthers, or that there's never been life on other planets. They believe that we are the only existence, which I highly do not believe. I believe that there are existence on other planets. There has to be. We cannot be the only life form out there. Maybe they don't look like us, maybe they don't speak with us, but there's people out there, or things. I gotta say things because I really don't. I mean, hell, if anybody's out there listening to our show right now, if you've ever been quote unquote abducted by aliens, I would love to with you.
Please, yes.
I would love to have a conversation with you.
Call in whatever fucking phone number Mark gives you here and tell us about your alien experience. I would love to hear about that.
Call in or send me an email on
What's
air.
The fucking number, Mark. What's the number?
Got a number. Hit me up.
Damn it, Mark.
Got a number. I'm gonna have to get one for the iPad.
Call up this imaginary phone number and let us know. Tell us about your fucking alien abduction.
I would love to speak to someone in regards to it. Hell, it would be an interesting story, and I'd love to pick your brain. That would be freaking awesome.
Do you know anybody who's got any of those stories?
I have talked to an older gentleman a long time ago that supposedly happened to. I can't remember, but I remember having an older gentleman talking about how he's ran into like this thing that he thinks he was abducted. It was interesting. You?
Hell yeah. No, not for aliens. No, no, but like Bigfoot, like out here up in the Pacific Northwest. There's some stories from some people I know about Bigfoot or something.
Really?
Yeah. There's some paranormal stories up in this area too, but
See, now I will tell you, I'm a firm believer in paranormal. That's one thing.
for sure.
I definitely believe there is something after we die. What it is, I don't know.
Hey, fuck it. I'm still on aliens, man. I'm all about it, brother. Aliens, ghosts, sign me the fuck up. Sign me up. I think it's fun. I think it's great.
You know what'd be pretty cool is to do a live video podcast with a ghost hunter. Go through a ghost hunt with one of these.
They do it all the time.
They
It
do.
would be so fun.
It would be a fucking blast.
It would be so fun.
Like, it's supposedly we got this place here in Maine, in Biddeford, Maine. It's called Notre Dame or whatever. It was an old, like, kind of like, remember when you and I were kids and we used to get drunk and high with a security guard out in California? Well, there's a place up here. It's an old asylum in the Biddeford area.
Center, baby.
It's called Notre Dame, and supposedly that place is haunted. And they try keeping people out of it. They boarded up the stuff, but supposedly people still break in and go in there. There's some weird shit that happens in there. Like, I don't know. Like, I know there's something happens, right? There's obviously shit moves, it goes missing. I don't know, weird noises, weird voices. Yeah, I believe there's something out there. What it is?
I mean,
is it loved ones? Is it pissed off souls? I mean, how does that work? Like, even a psychic medium. If there's anybody that's a psychic medium, hell, let's talk to you. I'd be curious to pick your brain, because I will admit there's a lot of scammers out there. I'm not gonna.
I'll be the first to admit I don't believe psychics for a fucking second.
Really, not a single one. Like, so if you had someone approach you right off the bat and said, "Hey, Gary, by chance, have you lost a grandfather?" and they gave you too many specifics, they didn't know you, you wouldn't believe them at all at that point?
Nah.
How would you think they got that information?
It's like it's public information. Like, it's not. I'm really not. You can't. If you're a psychic and you tell me some shit that I thought and never looked up, maybe, but even then I'll still be like, that's a lucky fucking guess.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't believe in it.
I do believe.
Nah, fuck that.
See, I do believe in psychic and mediums. That's one thing I do believe. But I also believe that there's a lot of fakes out there. So, like, for instance, Teresa Caputo, I believe is her name, the Long Island medium. You believe she's 100% scam?
Don't know anything about her, but I'd say yeah.
Okay. There's a gentleman that my wife and I went to a few times. Matt Frazier.
Matt Frazier is like one of the illest CrossFitters. Don't fuck up that guy's name.
No, I'm serious. Hold on. Let me.
No,
all right.
Matt
Frazier. Matt Frazier. I believe it's Matt Frazier. Give me 1 second.
Matt Frazier is 5 times fittest motherfucking man in the world as per CrossFit standards.
Really? So hold on. Matt Frazier. Yeah, I see Matt Frazier CrossFit. Maybe I'm getting his name wrong. Hold on. I mean, this guy, I thought when I first saw him, Matt Frazier, F-A-R. So I am right. It's Matt Frazier, F-R-A-S-E-R. So when I'm gonna play one of the videos for you. Fuck it. We're on the subject. While I'll have some.
Do you have a family relative with a name that starts with the letter B? That person did a thing to you one time that made you smile, and you're like, oh my God, my cousin Brandon made me laugh like a fucking baby at a family reunion when I was 4 years old.
Oh dear God. All right. So needless to say, you are a non-believer on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Firmly.
All right, so let's see. Spirit is still communicating with Steve Harvey. Hold on. We're gonna play from skeptic to believer. News anchor gets the first time reading from a medium. Well, we're just gonna play this one real quick. Let me get to the sharing, just for shits and giggles, my brother. Let's have some fun with you. All right, from skeptic to believer. Okay, so we're gonna pull this up. You see that? Let me get the screen.
Oh my God, my cousin. All right, whatever. Let's see this bullshit.
All right, you ready?
Sure.
A medium with a message. Matt Frazier is on a mission, using his unique gift to connect those who have passed.
Can you hear that?
With the loved ones.
Barely, but yeah.
Hi.
Okay,
Matt
hold on.
joins us today, and let me begin with this. You know,
That
this
better?
is absolutely a phenomenon. And I'm a skeptic. I'm a person who has always said that, man, that's not real. And I'm sure that you come into contact with a lot. What do you say to the person that just does not believe that this is real?
Well, first of all, I think everybody's a skeptic. I think they walk into events or to a psychic medium being skeptical, especially somebody who's never had an experience before. I've never had a reading from a psychic medium. And one of the things is that I tell people, come to my events. I love the skeptical ones. And more importantly, when I'm doing a group reading or a live event, it's always amazing that it's usually the skeptics who get read or who get a message. And it can be life-changing for them. Having an experience and connecting with somebody who had passed on, one of their relatives or close friends or whoever it may be, it's incredible to see how this person walks in and they're like, is this real? And then next thing you know, we're sitting there, crying as they're connecting with their mother or their father or their sister or whoever it is that had passed on.
Now, speaking of experiences, what was it like for you when you first came into discovering the power that you had at such a young age?
Because you were young, right? Little.
Yeah, I was about 4 years old and I was petrified. I mean, I was that boy from The Sixth Sense. I was in my room at night, literally seeing and hearing The Departed in my bedroom. And I was petrified. I was that boy, pulling the covers over my head because I didn't want to hear the spirits. I didn't want to see dead people.
So before I go further, I'm going to fast forward a little bit through this. He tells that story every time. My wife and I has gone to see him like 3 to 4 times. Let me just get to where he tries to connect to this guy.
And I always wanted to realize at that point, it wasn't something to be afraid of. It was actually
people. Help us understand the difference between
all right.
talking or a father who's telling me, that's going to be his daughter's birthday or things like that. And I hear that on the other side.
Never mind. I thought I was just going to go straight into a reading. I'm all set. But no, man, seriously though. So you don't believe in him one bit?
No.
Interesting. Would you ever be willing, if you come and see us, if we can find one, would you be willing to go see one without saying anything? We'll make sure that they don't know any information about us whatsoever and go in and see one to see what happens.
Sure. But it's like, yeah, sure. But what they're doing is just a tactic. So
you don't believe people can see the dead?
I don't think that people can communicate with them in the way that psychics like to say that they do.
Okay. So it's kind of interesting, right? So as you say that, it's so funny how we're going on with these freaking stories tonight. All right, so so some of them say that they write down. There's certain mediums like they draw pictures, and that's how they get a communication. That's how they come across certain things. There's some that say that there's a shadowy figure, and they see the little glimpse in pictures and stuff like that that relates to the person and comes out. I believe that's how Matt Frazier does it. He gets like these little visions and pictures from what he tells people, and that's how he comes across. A storyline, I guess you could say. So interesting. All right, that's cool. I didn't think I thought you believed in him, but that's awesome. See, I learned something new about my brother every time.
Yeah. No. And it's weird though, right? Because like I do believe in ghosts, or I like to believe in the idea of ghosts and aliens and all that shit. Like I believe in aliens, but I don't believe in like fucking shape shifting lizard people, aliens that are living amongst us in the deep state of the government, whatever. No, like.
So you don't believe that Hillary Clinton's a shape-shifting alien?
No, I don't believe that. No. I mean, she's definitely not as good looking as she used to be. So she has shifted her shape a little bit, but no, I think that's what we all go through as we age. So if we're lucky enough to get that far. But no, I don't believe in it. No.
All right, so you believe in aliens, believe in ghosts, stuff like that. Just don't believe in psychic mediums. Don't believe in shapeshifting.
Fucking give me next week's Mega Millions numbers. I'll be a believer.
But see, that's the thing, though. Not every psychic medium can tell the future, right? So that's the difference. Like you got your fortune, quote unquote fortune tellers, which I do believe that's 100% crop of shit. But mediums are not the ones that can tell you the future. They just talk to your departed. They can't tell the future. They just talk to the dead.
I don't know.
I guess you would have to be someone that actually has a reading or something like that to possibly have belief. Now, I will say, Amanda and I have not had one since we've gone. We've gone to see this guy 3 to 4 times, and we have not had a reading. We've gone multiple times to see if she can get a reading from some of her loved ones that have passed. and we've never gotten picked. We've even gone to the Teresa Caputo one, who's like the largest type of psychic medium that you see
Yeah,
on
because people who
TV.
get picked are their homies.
Is that what you think? They just pick people that they already
I,
know?
I think it's all fake, bro. I really think it's fake.
All
I
right.
don't
Well,
think the people who are picked, I don't think they're random people. I think Uncle Charles that passed away, who's really raised you because you were an orphan. I think that story is told every 3 months to a new group.
all right.
I
So
know it's fucked up. I know it's fucked up, but I just
right. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna put a call out in here for anybody who's listening to this podcast, whether you rewatch this on social media or you hear about this Apple, Spotify, or even on Wisdom. If anybody knows anybody who may be a psychic, a medium, I invite them on the show. Feel free to email me on air at themarkgshow.com. That's on air at themarkgshow.com. I would love to, number one, interview you. And number two, since now we've learned that my brother is an extreme hardcore skeptic about
I'm an
you.
extreme hardcore skeptic. This motherfucker, extreme hardcore. Damn. All right, fucking liberal, fucking over here with using the words. All right, let's go.
I invite y'all onto the show.
Fucking dickhead. This guy, he's an extreme right wing motherfucker. Fuck off.
What do you call me? I know lefty.
Fuck up.
If I was a lefty, would I have this button? Oh shit!
Oh, you did them up.
I fucked them both up. Oh man. Anyway, all right. So
Go together though.
they do go together. But needless to say, yeah. So all right. So we found that out. Our show, folks, tonight was really
hardcore.
some motherfucking diehard, rock solid, never believes anything else. No. Anyways, I mean, so we talked about the kid. We talked about other stuff. I mean, we talked about Hunter Biden's freaking laptop gone missing again.
Yeah, that shit went missing. That's interesting. Very convenient. Good
It
time
is
of day,
convenient,
right?
It is, but of course, when mainstream media started picking all that up, that's when Will Smith slapped Chris Rock, and now that's all we see over the media. It's
Mhm.
once again, I feel like some of this stuff is planned out to cause this mass confusion and cause the rise to show all this on the news, so people
I like that random pick at the medium.
Yeah.
It's all set up.
What's the matter, brother? I got to set you up once in a while, right?
Oh,
You always say I blindside you. You always
oh,
blind.
great. This is a good one. This is good.
So I don't know. I picked up on a lot of topics tonight that I can
Are
think
there
of.
mediums on TikTok, Mark? There's got to be. Now you're gonna look.
There is mediums on TikTok. Would you like me to invite them to the show when I find?
Fuck it.
I will invite one of them.
Find a bullshit ass medium from TikTok.
I will definitely do so, and I will invite them on the show for next week.
And all they're gonna do is they're gonna do a fucking deep dive on the internet. Like it's not okay. Do it. See
I
what
will.
they come up with.
I don't want the reading. I want the reading to
I want
happen.
them to tell
you.
me about my first pet dog, what its name was, and where it was, and how old I was, and all that good shit. Because that ain't
But-
anywhere on the internet.
Okay, so how can I word this to you? So the way they work, right? It's not at that time. It's whatever spirit comes through. Not every spirit comes through.
Right.
You see, you really do get to go on these shows to see how it works. So it's not like every spirit comes through. It's certain.
So it's like it's only is it gonna be like my Uncle Wayne from my third lifetime ago who's gonna come and give me some sage life advice?
No,
Bullshit.
dear God. All right, I'm so gonna find myself a psychic medium to come on the show. I really do. The wife did send me a message though. She goes, "It didn't even sound like a slap." She is right. If you watch the video of the Will Smith,
No, it's his foot. It was his foot on the he used. I hear that sound often when we drill power cleans and power snatches and stuff like that. You have to jump and snap your foot on the floor really quick. So
Yeah.
what he did was he just did that. Like he clapped his foot. Like if you look at when he jumped when he swung, and he used the momentum of the swing to take his feet up and snap him back on the floor. It was all fake. 100% of that shit was fake.
Yeah, I'll agree with you. I do think it was fake. I believe that a lot of it was
The
number one,
second I saw it, I was like, fake.
raise awareness for his wife's condition. That's what I originally thought. Maybe it was to raise awareness for his wife's condition. Now we'll see fundraisers and stuff like that coming out for here in the very near future.
You hear how Chris Rock got even with him, though, right?
No, how's
He
that?
slept with his wife.
Did Chris Rock sleep with his wife?
No. But that's the joke, because like they separate. They're together, but Will's a cook because she sleeps around because they have an open relationship. So it's okay for her to sleep around, but you can't talk about her hair.
That's right. Someone did say something about they had an open relationship.
Right.
Somebody did say something about that. I
So
did hear
Chris
something about
Rock said, "It's cool, bro. You can smack me, but I'm gonna
tap your wife.
get up in your wife."
Oh dear God.
Bad joke. All right, you can end it.
Well, no. You say it's a bad joke, but the funny part is, as you're saying that, that's something that Snoop Dogg did come out. The joke that I heard from Snoop Dogg was talking about that. So that's why when you said that, and I was thinking about it, I said, why didn't he go up and like slap or beat the shit out of Snoop Dogg for the Snoop Dogg joke when all Chris Rock did was make fun of her hair? And it wasn't even really her hair. It was just, hey, I'm looking forward to the next G.I. Jane movie.
Right.
I don't know. It's just fucked up, man. It's a diversion to keep everybody else, create another news for the media to flood out so that everybody forgets about Hunter Biden's laptop. Everyone forgets about Maxine Goswell. I mean, it's all
Just
blind. Everybody forget about our men and women who died in Afghanistan and the people that are still stuck over there at this current time. There's multiple Americans stuck over there. Chris Palatino, aloha. Yeah, Chris Palatino and his wife won tickets to Hawaii. They're currently enjoying their time in Hawaii.
Oh shit.
Yep.
My neighbor's in Hawaii right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. They won she won a free trip to Hawaii from work. And they're out there right now soaking up Hawaii. Fucking dicks.
Congrats to that. A fucking free trip to Hawaii. Hot damn.
Correct. Yeah. Congrats to that. But I'll give you both the double salute and say, enjoy your fucking time. I forgot what a vacation is, man. Like,
What's the temperature in Maine right now?
What's that?
What's the temperature in Maine right now?
Oh, wait, hold on. Let me see. What is the current temperature outside?
It's 37 degrees outside.
37 degrees.
It's 51, windy and rainy here.
See, I think I'm more jealous. Like when I see people taking vacations, dude, I'll admit I get fucking jealous lately. My wife, we were talking about it's been like 10 years since we've ever taken a vacation and break from this business. That's fucking nuts, dude.
Yep.
Like,
and when you do get to take a vacation, it's going to be expensive as fuck because you have like a small army.
I have a medium-sized army. Fuck the small army.
Yeah, you got
5 kids. Fuck. It's 82 degrees in Hawaii right now. Chris Palatino.
That's nice.
38 on Ohio.
And what is it there in Maine?
It was 37.
37.
Yeah.
Oof.
No, man. So it's funny. Like I get that little jelly. I'm like, oh, vacation. Like people don't understand when people own businesses, especially small family-run type of businesses. Those people do not really take freaking vacations. I know we're not the only ones. There's multiple small business owners in there that are the same foot as us. They haven't had vacation. Some probably haven't even had a vacation their whole lives in 20 years because they've just been grinding. And then people say that they need more fucking pay raises, but yet they don't want to work. It's fucking nuts. It's nuts. That's a whole nother episode. Because we could go on probably for like 2 hours talking about that shit, if not more.
But it's just, it's a fact.
It is.
Vacation though. One of these days you'll get a solid vacation with the whole family somewhere.
Right. Yes, Chris Palatino. I'm jelly. You want to come work for me for a week so I can take a vacation? I'll let you run the show. You come work for me, Chris Palatino, for a week. Give me a vacation off. That way they don't have to worry about it. You got to wash the rags, dry the rags, so have them all ready for the next count. Gotta be able to work if they call out of work. All that good stuff.
Oh man, that's the worst part.
It is like it's like, yeah, I got a day off. Hello. You're sick.
The worst part, I think, is when you're sick, like when you're like legit burnt to shit, and you still got to get up and go.
Yep. Well, I mean, that happened this week. Like, I was sick as a dog with that friggin' nasty cold, or even hell, when I had COVID, I had to work. Like, I had COVID and I was still working, grinding as much as I could. There was a couple of times I legitimately called my clients and said, listen, I'm not coming in. Like, I'm legit. Can barely get out of my bed. I'm not working. I'm sorry. We can't clean your accounts.
Yeah.
But otherwise, man, it is what it is. It's life as a business owner. If anybody out there ever wants to talk about life as a business owner, once again, email me on air at themarkgshow.com. I would love to talk to you. Hell, Gary, love to pick your brain.
For
Gary's
sure.
everything and anything business. So if you own a business, you want to talk about your business or whatever, talk about life, about being a small business owner or possibly a big business owner, I would love to talk to you. Otherwise, if anybody may have another topic they ever want to bring up on the show, feel free once again to email me on air at themarkgshow.com. You can find us at Apple, Spotify, and everywhere you can download that. And also Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. I am still on Spotify, Chris Palatino. I am still on there. Gary, do you have anything you would like to bring up, my brother, before we probably do an ending over here?
I think we are good. I think we covered a lot of random ass bases.
We did, dude. This is just more of a random chat because I wasn't really prepared. For all you folks on Wisdom, thank you all for joining in. There's 39 people on Wisdom.
Appreciate y'all's attention.
Yeah, definitely appreciate y'all listening to us. I've heard some of you guys talk on there, and you guys sound a lot more educated than us. Like, we're just two fucking brothers that like to talk a bunch of shit. So it's always good to see that people actually listen to us. It kind of shocks us. And
wait, hold on. How did we get someone to join in last time? Was that Wisdom? There was no phone number. What was that? How did they do that?
So they download the Wisdom app, and they can find us on there, find like the Mark G Show. And while they're listening to us, there's like this thing where they can press to request to join in on the show.
Okay.
And it's like a phone call. So they call on, and then we accept their thing, and they just shoot the shit with us.
All right. Dope.
Yeah, I never do that. I've never called in on anybody on the Wisdom app, so I really don't know how it works.
Hey, but we had someone call in at least that one time.
We did when we were talking about inflation. We were talking about the gas prices. I remember. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But we need more people less intelligent than that guy to to call in.
That educated. Come on, fucking put us to the ground with your education.
I don't know, man. That guy, 17 seconds of airtime, and I'm like, all right, I think I'm. Can I just go to sleep now?
Made you feel this small.
Man, like, man, this guy's. You said three things. I have no idea what they're about, but they all sound very complicated.
Right. Chris Palatino, it's called the Wisdom app. You can find it in the App Store. I'm not sure if it's in Google Store or not, but I do know it's in the Apple Store. It's called Wisdom. You'll see it. It's a podcasting app. Pretty interesting. I listened to it a couple times. I actually listened to Elon Musk on there a few times, which is quite interesting. But yeah, otherwise, y'all can listen to a Spotify, Apple, anywhere you can download the podcast, as well as YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook. I'm out of here. You ready for my outro, brother?
Peace.
Yeah, peace. Thanks, y'all, for coming in, and hope to hear you. Maybe get some guests out of the show after this episode. We need some guests. Help.
You've been listening to the Snowflake Melter, the Mark G Show. Mark is your everyday hardworking business owner that loves America, and he certainly doesn't mind telling it like it is. We hope you enjoyed the show. Make sure to like, rate, and review. To send an email, it's on air at themarkgshow.com. And find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at The Mark G Show. See you next time.